When I first started using Second Life, I never thought I would be able to meet another educator or discover different simulated worlds that were created for educators like Christi Island. Once I discovered these parts of Second Life, my overall experience went really well. I was lucky enough to find a great person to interview and find some wonderful examples that pertain to professional growth and networking in education. I was able to find some interesting and relevant information as well as learn some information that I had never been exposed to before I started using Second Life. I was able to find educational presentations, guest speakers, dissertation presentations, and other educational related activities that I could have attended. All of this information could be easily found on Christi Island message boards and Christi Island Save the Date calendars. During my interviews and observations, I was able to learn how educators could speak with one another and learn new ideas and how an educator might use these ideas in their professional lives. One thing I learned that I would never have learned about is creating videos called machinima. Machinima videos are videos that are created over the internet that use cartoons to display anything you want them to display. These videos are very easy to create and they could have multiple uses for teachers in their classrooms.
My journey into Second Life has pretty much mirrored my journey through qualitative research. My initial thought when starting qualitative research was, what am I getting myself into? This is another language. That is pretty much the same way it was with Second Life. I felt lost. Without any prior experience in virtual reality, I was very nervous as we began our trek into Second Life. It was definitely a fear of the unknown for me. However, once I got started, I changed my way of thinking and decided to accept the challenge of learning Second Life. It was a paradigm shift. Thankfully, my learning curve to navigate through Second Life was pretty fast. Not being afraid to explore and talk to people was probably the biggest asset I had. I would talk to just about every avatar I saw, and I sought advice from them. I would often bombard them with a barrage of questions. Thankfully, most of the people I spoke to on Second Life were more than willing to help. However, there were the occasional people who would ignore me. But I guess that's just like real life too. As I spoke to people and searched for advice, I soon found out that the first thing I needed to do was update my threads, clothing. My first experience in trying to update my threads came when an avatar transferred an outfit to me. Beware when this happens to you. As I changed into the clothes, I ended up looking like a dragon-slaying serial killer. This experience led me to start exploring clothing stores that offered free clothes. I wasn't going to spend any of my own money in Second Life. Once I got my clothes squared away, I was informed that I needed to update my appearance with more lifelike skin and gestures, which would give me more credibility in Second Life. Just remember, no matter what culture you plan on studying, appearance counts, just like in the real world. After getting my feet wet a little bit in Second Life, it was time to begin looking for a culture to study. You can do almost anything in Second Life that you can do in real life, like playing pool, going shopping, so choosing a culture can be challenging. For me, I had an aha moment as I was chatting with another avatar about their experiences in Second Life. She had informed me that she liked listening to music on Second Life. That is when I knew I wanted to research something to do with music. I then went to a club called the Insanity Train, which is a club that is designed like a futuristic train station that utilizes DJs to stream music. After visiting with one of the owners, I decided to really immerse myself into the Insanity Train culture. I joined their group and began receiving emotes via email to notify me of upcoming events and DJ lineups. Although everyone in the Insanity Train is really nice and helpful, I stuck out like a sore thumb. To fit in a little better, I had to change my attire. What I found particularly interesting is that the amount of people that visited the club depended on the DJ. Some DJs had a much greater following than others. Once again, just like a real club. My experience in Second Life overall was very positive, but I caution that it may be somewhat graphic, and you may want to be cautious of some of the people that participate in Second Life. Just like the real world, there are people that have inappropriate intentions. However, unlike the real world, it is easy to get away from them. All you have to do is teleport. As I did, I think you will find that Second Life offers a convenient forum for practicing qualitative research that will save you a lot of time. It was nice doing research from the comfort of my couch. Although it is set in another life, I think qualitative research experiences that I have gained in Second Life will be useful in this life.
Was to research a subculture in the Second Life community. Second Life allowed me to meet and have conversations with people who I would not have met otherwise. This clip will give an overview of my experiences in Second Life and outline some of the challenges and frustrations I experienced during my time in Second Life. I will also reflect on the development of my interview skills and information gathered during this process. After establishing an obviously rudimentary avatar, I searched for a suitable location to begin this assignment. I chose White Tiger Help in Learning Island as it was recommended by the Second Life search bar as a place for newbies, meaning people new to Second Life. In this sim, I was approached by several avatars asking if I needed help, which I obviously did as my avatar was a caricature-like German Shepherd dog. I did not at that time have the knowledge to take a picture, which is unfortunate as it would have allowed me to document the progress that I have made in fitting in Second Life over the course of this class. On White Tiger Help in Learning Island, I met several avatars who gave me clothes and shoes. They helped me learn to run, walk, and fly, and they showed me how to navigate in Second Life and change my appearance. I went from being a German Shepherd to a normal-looking redhead. Due to an unfortunate incident at an airport sim in which I ended up banished to a wasteland with no hair, I changed my hair to shoulder-length blonde and was not able to recover my long red hair. I also learned to control my avatar so as not to walk into walls and off bridges. One of the avatars I met teleported me to the Temple of Iris, where I met an avatar named Fairy Winkler. As I chatted with Fairy, she asked what had brought me to Second Life, and so I told her about my qualitative research assignment. She happily volunteered to be a participant in my study. We met several times to talk over the next few weeks. At our first interview, Fairy teleported me to her home in Second Life, a place called Winkler's Way. As we talked, she told me the story of how she met her real-life husband in Second Life 4 years ago and of the trials and tribulations she faced during that time. She told me about her interests and her hobbies. She spoke of how she enjoys building things for her Second Life home, like benches, fences, furniture, and mushrooms. She teleported me to her workshop where she's preparing for Christmas by building snowmen, Christmas trees, and wreaths. She teleported me to her dance floor where we danced and we listened to music. She stated that she enjoys helping people and always makes time to greet and offer assistance to avatars who are new to Second Life. I feel that my experiences in Second Life have helped me further develop the skills I will need as a qualitative researcher. Spending time in Second Life has shown me the importance of fitting in with your participants and of establishing trust. And reflecting upon my experiences, one thing that surprised me was the unsettling feeling of transitioning from the Second Life field back to real life. Switching from one world to another was not as effortless as I had presumed it would be. Another area that came to light during my reflections was the need for improvement in my interview skills. Guiding an interview back to the topic at hand was not easily accomplished, and I found myself apologizing if I seemed rude or abrupt to my participant. At other times, the conversations flowed as if between two friends. Participating in this project has been an overall positive experience and has allowed me to practice my interview skills and data analysis skills in a non-threatening environment. Being able to print transcripts of my interviews allowed me to fully immerse myself in my participant stories and truly enjoy this experience.
Hello, Rita and Apita here. I'd like to share with you my experiences conducting a mini ethnography in Second Life. As a relatively shy person in real life, I was nervous to explore this online universe full of strangers from around the world. I was especially concerned because everything I had read or heard in the past about Second Life warned me about the seedy places and the creepy people that could be found in-world. Maybe I've watched too many episodes of Law & Order SVU, but I'm quite particular about staying away from the weirdos out there. I immediately gravitated towards Sims that advertised a PG rating. After exploring a bowling alley, a children's movie theater, and an unintelligible Star Trek gathering, it hit me. A church group. What could be more PG than that? And then I found it, Epiphany Island. An active Anglican church community since 2007, this sim boasts a brand new cathedral, a labyrinth, a marketplace, and a 3-story community center. I was fascinated by the idea that people would choose to come together to worship online. Still, the nervous Nellie in my head couldn't be totally quieted. What kind of people do this? By applying the interview advice from Glasney and our student handbook, I was able to craft a set of 6 questions for my first formal interview with Katie Enoch, the church warden on Epiphany Island. Although I was nervous, yes, I'll admit it, I remembered our discussions in class about letting the interviewee's responses guide the course of the interview. This interview was invaluable to the success of the mini ethnography, in that it paved the way for further questions and ultimately contributed to the development of my major themes. Throughout this mini ethnography, I've learned the process of inductive analysis that begins with raw data and then moves upward to codes, categories, and themes. An important lesson I will take away from this experience is to be systematic and organized in any research endeavor. It makes the writing process a lot less painful. Another lesson I'll take away from this study is a more personal one. After attending a few Friday night socials, interviewing several church community members and volunteers, and even attending a Sunday service, I've come to appreciate the work that goes on in the Epiphany Island community. When all is said and done, the people who choose to take part in this culture are really not that different from the people I choose to associate with every Sunday in real life. My advice for qualitative researchers in Second Life can be summarized as follows. F. Find a place that interests you. R. Request private interviews. E. Evidence collection. Save everything, take notes, and take snapshots. A. Arrangement. Organize your data electronically and/or in hard copy form. And K. Keep an open mind. Not everyone's a freak.